Hello everyone. I wanted to make this video earlier on this week, but unfortunately I've not been very well. I've had a really stinking cold, um, my voice has not been the best so far this week. So I've waited until I've felt a bit better to make this video. And the reason I am making this video is because of the very sad news earlier this week that Alan Rickman passed away. It was such a shock to hear of his passing, and he's oh god, he was an absolute phenomenal actor. I adored him in so many things, ranging from the Harry Potter to Dogma to Sense and Sensibility to Love Actually. He's done a whole wide spectrum of stuff, and I love his Shakespeare work as well. He was absolutely brilliant actor, and it's so sad that he's been taken from us at such an early age. I feel 69. It's not old enough. He should have been around for another 20 years, at least. But unfortunately, he hasn't been well due to cancer, which he didn't announce, which is fair play. If he didn't want to publicly announce it. And yeah, sadly he lost his battle earlier on this week with cancer, which was really shocking. And this whole reaction to his death has sparked some very interesting comments throughout Tumblr. In case you don't know it, Tumblr is, I gather you all know it, but just in case you don't, Tumblr is a blogging, a way for blogging, basically, and it's a place where people can actually, write things and perhaps comment on things. There's a lot of fandoms and such who are on Tumblr. Basically, you can get a gift set, a picture or artwork for absolutely anything. You can have fan fiction. It's like for any kind of fandom, Tumblr is the centre of it. Everything has been analysed, to the very last T. It's a really great place to go to, but sometimes it can have a really kind of dark side to it and comments that people say. And unfortunately, there have been some quite perplexing comments that have come up with Alan Rickman's passing. And one of them in particular that my sister told me about, I don't know who it was who said this. I haven't actually read the post myself, but this is what my sister told me. There was somebody on Tumblr who said that basically, if you haven't read the Harry Potter books, you're not a true fan. So therefore, you cannot mourn Alan Rickman's passing. Now, first of all, that is shocking, because it's a case of they're basically saying that you cannot mourn a person passing. And it's for a start off, if a person has touched your life in some kind of way, and you are really upset by that passing, that's okay to mourn that person, for that losing that person. That is totally utterly fine. You should not be telling people who they can and cannot mourn straight off, right? And secondly, why it's really annoyed me is because this person, whoever they are, has said that you're not a true fan of Harry Potter if you haven't read the book. Now, or to say books. Now, there is this thing that really does get to me. Now, as you know, I love books. I love reading books. The original source material, I love to go to it. But films and books are very different things. And you have that situation that if it wasn't for the films, quite a big chunk of the Harry Potter fandom wouldn't exist in the first place. The films have either been their outlet to go to the books, or the film has been their only outlook of this world. you have no right whatsoever to dictate who should and should not be classed as a proper fan of something. The whole point of being a fan means that you connect in some way to a subject. Now, that subject could be anything. It could be film, book, music, art, um, absolutely anything whatsoever. You so you to to be a fan is to have an appreciation and a love for that. There are people in this world who may find that they tried to read the books after seeing the films and they couldn't get into the books, but they have more of an attachment to the film. That's perfectly acceptable, and you are still a valid fan of that work. You're just seeing the same work told in a different way. That doesn't make it better or better or worse or whatever. It's just the way in which you have connected to this world. Now, there are other people who only know the films because they may not be able to get access to the books. That could be because libraries or something they're not able to have access to. They may not be able to afford the books, so the film is their outlet. You have people also who have disabilities or have issues with reading because they could have dyslexia or something. They could have a visual impairment or something. That doesn't, they may not be able to have access to audiobooks versions of it. You should not make them feel down or make them feel that they're not a true fan of the source material because they haven't read the book. How dare you say that? I cannot understand why people that how I understand. Right, let me get this straight. There are purist fans out there of various different things, not just the Harry Potter fandom. It can be absolutely anything at all, any fandom. There are absolute purists out there who believe the books are the only true thing, source elements or such, and then you have other people who are open to both but feel that the books are more prominent. You could, in a sense, put me in that category because I love the Harry Potter films. I love the Harry Potter books. I feel that the books have got more depth to them, and I love exploring that as I read them. But I still have this complete love for the films. It's the way I am. But I'm not going to write a post on Tumblr and say to a person, no, you can't say that about this or that or give your opinion because you're not a true fan because you haven't read the book. That is just wrong to say those kinds of things. Now, the whole point of Harry Potter especially is about accepting people for who they are. We're all different, but we all have, we're all in this world together, and it's about friendship and family and accepting people for their differences. If you're dictating such a thing to people in your fandom, you're not a part of that message. You're kind of out there by yourself, in my opinion. I can't understand why you would say such a thing as that. That's just my own personal view. You may agree with that, you may disagree, whatever. But I think as long as you have had some sort of a connection to a source, you are a true fan. Regardless, you are a true fan. And so the Harry Potter fandom, going back to Alan Rickman, really took it hard when he passed earlier this week, and there was so many posts on Tumblr of people making these magnificent artworks dedicated to him, and gift sets and various posts and the photos of people laying flowers at various Universal Studios and such. It was really beautiful, and even in Russia, there was very hundreds of people who gathered together to reenact a scene where Dumbledore has passed in the Half-Blood Prince, and all of the students raise their wands, and a light appears, on their wand, the top of the wands, to shine a light for Dumbledore, and it breaks the horrible cloud up above, with Voldemort's sign basically on it, to show the good shining through the dark and everything. There was hundreds of people in Russia who reenacted that, and it was so beautiful. And then you have people, saying these comments, and it was kind of upsetting. There were other people who were saying, and I understand what they were saying, but they were saying like how they were really angry that Harry Potter fandom had basically taken over the showing their love for Alan Rickman on Tumblr, because he was more than just one role. He had various other roles and such, and they're getting sick and tired of seeing so many posts about it. I get that. I totally understand, because he was a great actor. He did a great many roles, that I love him for doing. But at the same time, you have to admit, the Harry Potter films opened him up to a new generation, of people, of kids, as this really great actor, just like how it opened up, like Michael Gambon, in Emma Thompson, all these various actors who have taken part in these films, who young kids never knew existed before. It's credit to him that he has stood out as this character, being this amazing character, and made him someone that everybody loves. So to the degree that the fandom reacted in the way that they did to his passing. So to conclude on this rant, because I feel like I'm ranting now, I'm very sorry. To me, yeah, if you feel shocked by someone's passing, it's totally acceptable to mourn for them, if they're fictional or non-fictional. I just want to throw fictional in there, just because, anyone in a fandom has been there when a fictional character has died, and I've done a video about that as well. It's totally in your right to mourn for whoever you feel, the loss of in this world. It is totally fine to be a true fan of anything, even though you've only known that subject from one source. It may not be the original source. That is totally fine. You are 100% a fan, regardless of regardless you are. And 3, I just want to say I love all the fandoms that I'm a part of. I think everyone is absolutely awesome. But if we don't stand by each other and, be there as support to one another, then it just feels like we're just going to start hating each other. Fandoms picking off against other fandoms, which is not right. Every single fandom has the same thoughts, the same emotions and such. It's just characters and stories that are different. That's all it is. So, we're all super fans. As long as you love a source material, you are a super fan. And I think you should feel proud of that, no matter what. And I'm going to stop there because my voice is about to give out. But Alan Rickman, you were absolutely wonderful in everything that you did. We loved you as Severus Snape, and Harry Potter will never be the same, I have to say. But, we'll miss you dearly. And I'm so sad that you have now left us, but, unfortunately, we'll have to say goodbye to you, but you will always live on film. You will always be there to welcome us and such whenever we put on a TV show or a film that you were in. You're going to be with us forever, and I think you should be really proud of everything that you've achieved in your life, and because I'm certainly proud of you. So there we go, rant over. please, if you've got any comments on this and what you think, please let me know. Fill in the comments box below. If you want to show what you thought in other ways, you can give me a thumbs up or, a thumbs down. Entirely up to you. Please let me know what you think. Enter this debate. What is it that defines a super fan? And to me, as I said, if you love the source, the material, regardless of if it's the original or if it's a film or whatever, radio play, as long as you love it, you're a super fan and you're all fantastic. So I'll stop there now and I'll give you a rest. So I will see you around soon.